Hey guys, it's Will. Hopefully you're having a great Sunday. In this video, we're going to go over what's happening with this upcoming week with Big Bear AI. And whenever we're following something in life that has growth, there's not just going to be an exponential curve up. A lot of times there's going to be pullbacks. It might even have in its greater trend or greater progression have certain times when it has not good days or not good weeks. And Big Bear has had some of those days and some of those good weeks. And if we go back a year, it's pretty interesting, right? We had a really euphoric stage from October all the way up until February, where it just surged into 2025 with a bang. Then it pulled down and continued to sell off with the greater market and then started to recover here in April. So since its recovery began, you can kind of look at the trend now, and we're starting to look at this uptrend that is developing. So you can see with Big Bear, you have this overall trend. And it's not just Big Bear. We saw that with Palantir. You see that with a lot of the AI defense companies. So the overall market's been moving up recently. And then we have this level of support that's rising from $2 up to recently $3.75, and a rising resistance from about $3.85 up to $4.36 to recently about $4.80. So now it's starting to hold this trend, and the question is, can it continue up? So a couple things to consider. While we're looking at it, maybe we zoom out just a little bit here. It looks like it's starting to continue this trend, and the next move that it could potentially make would be up into this range. That would be about an 18% swing up to nearly $5. But on the other hand, one thing to consider with Big Bear, while it's made that run a few times and we've actually been able to catch this trade, this exact swing, we were able to catch here and also here in the last month, trading inside of StockMate, which is our market open live session where we trade live each and every day, Monday through Friday. And so in doing that, we've noticed patterns. But here's what's going on. If we really take a bigger step back and you look at the overall direction, yeah, it looks up, and there was that overextension up to $10. And yeah, the overall fundamentals have been really good, like better financials, cutting down debt, increasing their assets, as well as actually having real world usage. Like we've seen them in the airports. I'm getting comments from you guys. We are seeing lots of people saying, I'm seeing the Big Bear technology in the airports and what have you. But the thing is when you look on kind of this longer term, it is starting to look now overbought. You can see the RSI MACD from the longer term perspective overbought. So it's possible that while it looks like it's holding a very nice trend right now, this trend right here, that's super consistent, it is possible that we could see a break in pattern. And if we do get a pullback, even as low as $3.50 or somewhere in here, or low under 350 before a continuation. Now, that would be a conservative approach, right? That would be, we take more time to see it develop, and it does break pattern a little bit, and that overall push up recently corrects itself down a little bit before continuing up, and it would be healthy. So I just wanted to urge you guys. I saw a few comments of people saying we're all up from here. It is obviously a possibility, but it's not so likely that it just holds its trend perfectly. It's been on this very consistent trend. I mean, just kind of looking at it over the last month, almost to the day of month, it's up about 77%. So to see a pullback down to here would not be ridiculous. In fact, I could see that happening. However, when we're in a position like we are now, short term, but we also have very long-term positions at $2.80 average in our Schwab portfolio. But we just entered a trade here towards the end of this last week, right here on a dip with Big Bear, and we're up to about $120 profit on a smaller position. And when we're looking at this trend, there's obviously that potential of, okay, we're starting to see momentum build. Maybe this is that time when we start to get that trend explode and break out, because you do see a big market cap build. So you got to watch it, manage your risk, have your plan in place, and that's what's going to put you in the best position to weather any type of market condition with Big Bear. If you're long term, commit to that. If you're short term, also commit to that trading plan that you set in place with your managing of your risk and the take profits that you're desiring. While they had some insiders sell, they've seen increased positions from a lot of the big institutions such as BlackRock and Vanguard and Goldman Sachs. Why is that important? Well, while you want to look at the insiders, the institutions are oftentimes a indicator, at least one of the indicators that you could consider when seeing if there's more of a market cap influx, that we could see the continuation of their growth. You see, as one institutional holder comes in, it starts to become more popular. But when you start to get all of the big names in here, then you see a lot more increase and as other institutions flock, maybe you have some of the big players saying, all right, let's get in more before most of institutions flock to this stock. And that's when the market cap really starts to soar. So considering that paired with their recent financials here, they have net income improving 51% year over year, missing revenue, but overall financials have looked better from the quarter to quarter. Then we get into their recent news on their actual stock. They updated their website quite a bit recently, so you can get a good look at here. And there's also all these articles that you could see. For example, the hype articles, Jim Cramer's and whatnot, have some ideas that, for example, they say AI tools are going to be big. They rank them number 9 as Cramer's discussed stocks. So they're starting to get rankings as well. But there's also this negative aspect that happens where you have class action lawsuits against the company. And that's because they had a slight misreport, not even something that would positively or negatively affect them, but just a slight statement report in their financial. And literally they're saying, all these lawyers are coming and saying, did you lose money on Big Bear? Talk to us now and we'll help you get money. But it's really just a ploy to a cash grab that's most likely not going to turn into anything. They recently changed their front page, mission ready for AI, for a rapidly evolving ecosystem. You got safeguarding national security. You got travel and trade as well, so you can head over to travel and trade. One of my favorite technologies that I've seen at the airports here, the biometrics and threat detection, and their very scan that scans your face when you go to the airport. How many of you guys have seen it? Go ahead and comment down below if you've seen it. It is interesting. One of the big indicators we use for any market is not just that they have the usage that they're saying on their sites or that we see on the internet, but you actually see it in person, that you actually get to witness the technology and how it's used in person. That's a market indicator that's usually pretty deeply seated and that a company's truly achieving legit growth. And I've personally seen it. There's a lot of, there's also some other like airlines that aren't even mentioned here that they are at. So it's interesting as well. So they're bigger than they're saying they are, actually. So when it comes down to their stock and how things are looking, what we'd love to see, of course, is possibly this move up here to that 480, but it might get sweeter. We might see it sell down at market open before making that move, or even sell down further before making that move. But what we're going to watch tomorrow in our daily live trading is to see if it gets down to this 380 cent range again. If that happens, it could be in a really good place. Otherwise, we'll be monitoring the current short-term position and holding on to the long-term position. And we'll see if an opportunity presents itself there at market open. If you guys ever want to join us in the live sessions, it's the second link in the description. Would love to have you there. And you can see my entries and my exits, as well as surrounding yourself with like-minded investors and traders. Pretty early, 6:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. But we also have a sale there for this weekend. If you want to take a look, it's the second link below, and there's a huge sale again. Thank you so much for watching. If I earned your thumbs up, hit the like button. Do consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.